Hi, this is Jesse, and in this video, I'm going to cover the 3 questions that most potential copywriting clients are likely to ask you. I want you to be prepared. Even if right now you're not out there hunting for copywriting clients, if you're still kind of learning copywriting, that's fine, but it's better to be prepared. Because you don't want to be the guy or girl at a seminar, you meet someone, they ask you what you do, you say copywriter, and then out comes these 3 questions, you're not prepared, you look inexperienced because you fumble with your answers, and therefore they don't take you seriously. Over the last 10 years as a freelance copywriter, I've been asked these questions probably hundreds of times, and now I want to give them to you so you'll be better prepared. Question number 1 is, do you have any experience in writing for my industry? So how do you answer that? And how do you answer that if you don't have experience? Well, first of all, always be honest. If you lie, then they might eventually find out about it and it's not going to be good for you. You may answer with, I actually haven't worked for your industry before, but I am someone who is very interested in your industry and I've read a lot about your industry and I have knowledge in your industry. I look forward to working in your industry, and let me tell you, I'm prepared to do the research necessary to find out all the things I need to know to write the best copy possible. That's really going to put them at ease, and then you can move forward in the conversation. This is why it's better to start, if you're a beginner copywriter, it's better to start in industries that you have experience in already. Maybe in a past career or a job, you were an employee in that particular industry. You can leverage your contacts, your experience, and your insider knowledge in that industry to then write copy for that industry. So that's one way that you can kind of leapfrog over the competition by using past experience to get started in that industry. Question number 2 is, how much do you charge, or how much will this cost me? So this is a logical question. The client wants to know what your rates are. Now, most of the time I answer with, it depends. And it really does depend. If you're meeting someone for the first time and you really don't know a lot about their needs and what this job entails, then answering that question with a quote prematurely can only get you into hot water. Let's take this scenario. Let's say you're at a party and someone asks you what you do for a living. You answer copywriter and they say, great, we're looking for a copywriter at my work. How much do you charge? How can you answer that question? It really depends, doesn't it? Even if they were specific, saying they wanted website copy, well, how many pages? How many words? How much research are you going to have to do to find out about their website? So never answer that question until you have all of the information necessary. You want to know specifically how many hours you're probably going to be working on this project, and also how much writing is required. So never answer that question with a quote until you have all of the information. Question number 3 is, how long will it take you to write my copy? Now, this is a tricky one because every job is different. Someone wanting just a short amount of copy written obviously will take a lot shorter time than someone wanting a very long sales page written. So it really depends, again, on how long it's going to take you. Now, through practice and through experience, you will start to gauge how long it does take you for certain types of projects. Whenever you're quoting or whenever you're asked that question, how long will it take you to write this copy, really try and estimate in your head how many hours it will take you. Now, you want to factor in the research time it's going to take you to read through their website, to research their competitors, to research the market. Factor in those hours as well, and yes, bill for those hours as well. You also want to factor in the actual writing time itself. Now, some clients will come to you with a deadline. They'll say, we're interested in hiring you, our deadline is this date. Now, before you agree to a certain deadline, and some deadlines are super short, you don't want to calculate and estimate how many hours this particular job is going to take you. Once you know that and you can meet their deadline comfortably, then certainly agree to the job. But if there's a super short deadline and there's no way you can meet it around your schedule, tell them that you believe this deadline is very short and ask them what the reason for the deadline is. Now, you might think that's kind of inappropriate or rude to ask, but it couldn't be further from the truth. You need to be able to do enough research in order to write good copy. If you rush a job and you skip over some of the important elements like research, then it's not going to be good for them, it's not going to be good for you. So do ask them why their deadline is super short if they do have a short deadline, and then propose a longer deadline if necessary. Of course, if they won't budge and you really do want to work on this project, you may find yourself working late nights and weekends in order to get it done, but sometimes if the money's really good, then that's okay as well. So I'd love to know what you think about these 3 questions in the comment section below. Please take a moment to give me your feedback. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I read all of the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.